Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is Yasuo Uchiha here, and today we have a brand new deck profile for you all. And today, we're returning to an archetype that may be pretty hype right now, knowing that we got new support coming for it. I think you all know what it's called. DDDs. That's right, the different dimensional demons, or kings if you want to go by the English dub, are getting new support. And I decided, you know what, with the help of my brother Brandon Uchiha, credit by the way, we decided to culminate and make this deck, you know, more viable for the current meta. But you're probably thinking to yourself, well, you really think it's going to be viable for the new meta? Hey, I think so. I mean, they got a pretty good Xyz boss monster and a pretty good staple 3 of level 4 Griffin. But let's just get into the profile, shall we? Starting off, we have a one of Go DDD Divine Zero King Rage. Now, for those who don't know what this guy does, well, first of all, Pendulum effect is if you were to take damage, you take no damage. If you normal summon a level 5 or higher DD monster, you could do it without shifting. You can only use the Pendulum effect of Go Divine Zero King Rage once per turn. Now, of course, that's not going to be significant. Nor more of his... Neither is his monster effect, really. If you can read it right here. When this declares an attack, you're not really going to be summoning this guy. You're more of using him for Soul Slime to fusion summon. Just an extra body. Up next, we have DDD Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. Shoutouts to my boy God of War Ragnarok. Let's go. Now, if you don't know what he does for DDDs, basically, once a DD's from the graveyard or special, or any DDD that's special summoned, he gets to bring another one back from the graveyard. Sweet. Battle Typhoon is basically another version of Necro Slime, as I like to call it. Another way to fusion summon from your graveyard. Now, of course, we have the brand new DD Griffin. Now, for those who don't know what he does, well, let's just get straight into it, shall we? No one cares about the pendulum effect. That's not important. Hey, I want Griffin. If you control a DD monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. If this card is pendulum summoned, you can discard one DD monster, DD or Dark Contract card. Draw one card. If this card is special summoned from your graveyard, you can only add one DD monster card from your graveyard, from your deck to your hand, except himself. So basically, he's a free body on field, which, for the current Link format we got going on, oh yeah, that's pretty freaking good. And honestly, that's just really, let's go free body extension. Next, we'll play 3 copies of DDD, or DD 7. I do not know how to pronounce this thing's name. But basically, if you normal or special summon it, you can add one DD or Dark Contract monster or card from your deck to the graveyard. Basically, set up for Mr. Necro Slime over here. And of course, for your hand traps, we'll play 3 Ash Blossom Joyous Springs, because even though it's kind of technically the worst hand trap in the game, it's still a mandatory, in my opinion. Now, of course, you can replace it with Ghost Ogre, Effect Veiler, Jewel Lock, Gamma, Driver, which you can see in the side deck right here. Whatever you want. I just put Ash because technically she's still pretty viable. And of course, we have your DD Swirl Slime to get your fusion summons, and your DD Necro Slime to get your graveyard fusion summons. And of course, you can't forget about your 3 of Lemia to get your Synchro summoning off, because, you know, that's important. And of course, your 3 of DD Servant Kepler to get your searches for your, contracts. And for your last of hand traps, we have Effect Veiler. And up next, for the spells, we have one for one, because you can only have one. That and great way to get her out without using her effect. Or Necro Slime if you need just bodies to just blink summon. Whatever you choose. One Foolish Burial, one Monster Reborn, 1 Call by the Grave, 3 Dark Contract with the Gate to get your searching, 1 Dark Contract with the Swamp King to fusion summon, and out one of the newer cards, 10 Dark Contract Documents. Now, what this card does, if your opponent special summons a monster of the same type, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, Link, as a DD monster you control, you can inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Also, they cannot special summon monsters of the same type that is summoned monsters for the rest of this turn, while this card is faced up on the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 DD monster from your graveyard or face up extra deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Patent Dark Contract Documents once per turn. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you all, but that's freaking insane. I mean, locks your opponent out of, doing anything else with the same type of fusion, synchro, Xyz, whatever, and it burns them for 1,000 for each one. Holy crap. It's insane. Now, next we have DDD Head Hunt. If you control a DDD monster, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end of phase of the next turn, but its effects are negated. Cannot declare an attack. Also, if it was special summoned from the extra deck, it's treated as a DD monster. So basically, a DDD crackdown, basically. And you can use it for whatever you want. You don't have to give it back till the next end phase, so that's great. And finally, to end it all off, 1 Dark Contract with the Witch. And for all those who don't know what this does, you can send 1 DD or Dark Contract card from your hand to the graveyard, and target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Basically, that's all you really need to know there. This is a good continuous, get rid of. Now, finally, onto the extra deck, the fun part. Up first, we have 1 copy of DDD Flame High King Genghis. Level 8, beat stick, and brings back bodies. Same with, he doesn't bring back bodies, does he? Oh yeah, no, he does. And so does DD Flame King Genghis. Just not as beefy. Up next, we play the new Bernay de Fleur. I know it's $100 right now, but, still play it. Great level 10 synchro monster. I mean, you can't deny it. It's really great. Of course, then we have Barrel Look Savage Dragon, another great synchro negate. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, because you can make it. Cursed King Siegfried, because screw you, Spawn Trap cards. Flame King Genghis to extend. And 1 Formula Synchron. You're thinking, wait, how in the world am I making Formula Synchron? Do I have to synchro with Lemmy and Kepler? No. Crystron Halby Fibrax. Duh. And now, of course, to the new big boy in town. DDD Amnesty King Doom McKenna. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. We don't care about the pendulum, it's more about the monster effect. If you can also Xyz this card using DDD monsters you control as material, transferring its materials to this card. So that makes it easier to get out, by the way. You can only use 1 of this card's name. You can only control 1 of this guy in your main monster zone once per chain. When a monster's card your opponent controls activates its effect, quick fix. Detach 2 material from this card, or destroy 1 Dark Contract card you control. And if you do, attach that opponent's card to this card as material once per turn. During your standby phase, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. Now, of course, you're not doing that last part, but that second part of, detaching material or destroying a Dark Contract, I don't know about y'all, but that is an amazing effect. For a 3,000 attack and 3,000 defense monster, that is amazing. And you seriously cannot underestimate this guy. And of course, we have DDD Do Dawn King Kali-Yuga. Negates pretty much everything on field when he comes out. And then we play DDD Wave King Caesar because you play Griffin enough to get him out. See some plays. And also, this guy. And of course, you can't have DDDs without DDD Abyss King Gilgamesh. Getting more DDDs out and just spamming out your field. And of course, we got your Crystron Hobby Fibrax because, you know, Hobby Fibrax get out your this guy to get out your Board of the Fleur. And finally, Cross Sheep because Cross Sheep. I don't need to explain much else on Cross Sheep, do I? And finally, for the side deck, we have 1 Driver and 3 Gamma because we're playing Nobleman Cross Out Designator, and I just want to play targets for anything. And also, it's still a good hand trap too in case you don't want to play Ash, you don't want to play Effect Veiler. And of course, 1 Nib for the cross out. Ghost Spell in case you want to replace. And also a cross out target. Lightning Storm to get rid of back row or monsters. And 1 Imperial Order because Imperial Order actually helps this deck a lot. I know, right? It helps this deck more times than you could think. It's in the side deck because, well, more often than not, you don't want to see it when you want it, but in that necessary game 2 or 3, yeah, you won't want to see this card. To stop your opponent's spell cards. But ladies and gentlemen, this will conclude our DDD deck profile, and I hope you guys enjoyed. By the way, I just want to give you guys a quick little thank you. Right now, as of this recording, if I can speak right, we are at 48 subscribers. Guys, we are almost at 50. And like I said, if we get to 50 subscribers, we're going to do a big tournament and a big cash reward giveaway for this tournament. So if we get to 50 subs, before the end of January, this tournament's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to probably happen either in January or probably March. I'm still debating. I want to get Christmas and New Year's to my family and everybody, so I hope you all understand that part. But trust me, this tournament and the prize giveaway will definitely happen. So with your guys' support, help us get that 50 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a like, showing your love for this content in the DDDs, especially the DDDs. And also, leave a comment of what decks or constructive criticism you have about my deck profile. Because I'd love to hear it. Seriously. As long as we're all civil, respectful, and kind, that's all I can ask for. Until the next time, guys, peace.